Hello, and welcome back to Grim Dawn. Last time I started this hardcore playthrough on Veteran, I realized that I forgot to input a couple of devotions that I just left hanging. Last time it changes the order, it shifted Shaman to the left, which is funny, but I got to the point where I can get Summon Briarthorn, which will be helpful. And I just need to keep going with the quests, because I'm going to do a rushed playthrough of normal. Do normal once, then try maybe go straight to ultimate, see how risky it is, see where my resistances are sitting before I do that. But until then, it's been going well. It's not exactly the most complicated character type, where you just sort of rely on your pets to do all the fighting for you.
That skill's not ready.
Probably need more points in skeleton stuff, because they're very squishy still. They die and they take a long time to revive. I don't think I want any of these. Ooh, that has pets. Okay, that's the one from my weapon. That's a lot of cast speed. Or cooldown reduction on top of the pet damage. I do lose 7 physical resist though. This is probably a bad idea. But I kind of want to see how it goes. Okay, like I thought I clicked this guy, but maybe I didn't. You have a lot of points to put into the Briarthorn. Because even with 8, I've only put 2 points in. Because of all the lucky parts that I've gotten so far. But even with that, it's kind of a bit lacking in tanking ability. It's kind of silly. Kind of an interesting factor of this sort of build. I'm assuming I probably won't focus on skeletons, because that feels kind of annoying compared to focusing on a singular stronger unit, like getting the set for double, I think it's necro based, the double Briarthorn set. But it'll all be just RNG if I get it or not. I don't know. I've been playing so much Factorio. And I haven't played this in a week. Ooh. Probably not worth it. But interesting. So the Bestial Rage suffix is attack and attack speed. This is the right choice, right? It's a 6-second, 4-second. Pets get attack, crit, and retaliation goes well with the Briarthorn. The early game stretch of this game is very slow. You don't have, until level 50, you don't have the extra evade skill, and that just makes it a lot. Oh, I definitely clicked that guy. But until you get the evade, it's just kind of a slower game, and that's even with the newer. It's not new, it's like a year old, isn't it? dodge. Okay, in you go. Or sit behind the wall. Which is kind of why I don't want a skeleton-based build long term. Because then you'll get, unless there's a way to make sure you only get melee. Though I don't think the melee is the best for damage, but like having them sit behind a wall when they could be attacking is kind of annoying. Kinda wish it didn't do that. I think the build is stronger than my last Grabbing it just because it looks cool. I think it is just all around stronger than my last Purifier build at this stage of the game. It might be squishier because I don't have any blast shield, which is super strong. But I do have, what, this and that, which gives some HP. I think I have over 1,000 more HP than I would have had at level 30. That's why I don't like the ranged ones. They sit behind a wall trying to target because the targeting is bad. And they're great for killing stuff when they're actually able to, which is... I think most of the bosses would be better with the ranged skeletons because they don't really behave in a... They don't have walls to get stuck behind most of the time. Bestial Rage again. Kind of. Yeah, I killed him this time because might as well. I won't kill him on ultimate. I'm definitely not grinding the rep again. I think Cronley's rep might have been the worst rep to grind. I don't know how... Like, I think Kaiman's Chosen and the Death's Vigil are probably the same between both of them. And Kaiman's Chosen was actually really easy. Or, yeah, it was Death's Vigil Nemesis that was very easy. It took a little time, it wasn't very fun, but it was very easy. Whereas the Cronley rep was not fun at all. I mean, the only good thing about the Cronley rep was a lot of dynamite that I never used on that character, so... Oh, okay, there are people over here. Kind of an interesting... This playstyle is different compared to a Purifier because I'm, you know, a bunch of bodies that can block the enemies, leading to a different, you know, approach. It's the same stand far away and attack, but attacking doesn't even require clicking. I can actually just stop doing anything and I can easily fight stuff. Ooh, Mogdred's back. Probably better. The health is lost, but oh no, that's way better. Actually, I don't think I have spectral binding though. But the poison acid's pretty good. Rings. I want bonus to pets. Ooh, that's good resistances. That will have to compete with those other ones. Nothing there. Ether, offense, reap spirit. Nope. That seemed like it'd be good at high levels, maybe. Crit damage would actually be useful if you can get enough offensive ability. Okay, belts. I think that other belt. This one? No. Ah, the one I can't equip. No, which was the belt? Was it not a belt? Ah, it was pants. Those are probably better then. I lose elemental, I gain poison acid. That's very fine. I get Mogdragon's Pact. I should add... this? Yes. And this is an easy choice. I could use the anti-venom. I should use the anti-venom there, couldn't I? Yeah, I didn't. I don't need it though. The regen would be nice. Bleed resist, I don't think I have. Retaliation's not helpful. The health is kind of nice. I think I let it sit for now. Kind of wasteful, but... So now Mogdragon's Pact has a +4, giving a lot of physical, a lot of health regen. What's my health? I gained 18 health regen on my pants. Now I'm at 216. I think that's more HP regen than my Purifier had at level 100, which is reasonable considering it didn't build for life health regen. But...
So Bourbon's dog has come barking. You should give up.
Shoot, that's wasteful. I should have waited to summon it. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. This is, I think, why the temporary summon, shorter cooldown Blight Fiends is probably better overall for boss fights. Because then you can have them summoning and not waiting on cooldowns. Which means still an easy fight,
I can't open.
but... it's still the case where that faster summon would be better. It's funny. This one doesn't summon at your cursor. I think most of the other ones do summon at your cursor. Maybe that's specific because of wild magic or whatever they describe it as. Anyway, that was slow. It was incredibly easy, but not a hard boss anyway. Probably just would have been faster if I hadn't just let them stand still on the dot on the ground that kills them. Interesting
That
enough.
skill's not ready.
Yeah, I think now that I have Briarthorn, once I get the Ground Slam, I should put this Unstable Anomaly in. That's pretty good. Ground Slam, Undead Legion. It's fairly helpful. Kind of more than I expected. Just make sure everything spawned. Veil's Edge is an axe, nothing. Basically only looking at the pet stuff, which is maybe not the right way, but... that's the introduction of the ether clusters. No, I'm still early game, I should be selling these. I think I should, on the next level up, well, I should also just actually level up Blight Fiend so that it has a higher HP total. That would help. This is an interesting, it calculates distance based on, you know, traveling. Which makes sense. No, that's actually where I want to go. Just want to make sure the map is fully filled in because it bugs me. It's kind of a weird game to hit alt. I did. I need to rush through, get this done as quick as I can. Except I do need, no, actually no. I don't think I even have a reason to do the hidden path. Because the hidden path stuff, if you do it on ultimate, it auto-completes the lower level. Let's go back to Devil's Crossing. So I don't think there's any reason, I mean, other than getting gear and not dying. I don't think there's any reason to worry too much here.
Well, the world is damnation. Now that we're not in...
Except maybe I should probably make sure that I do enough of this. Actually, I can start that enough to unlock them.
I cannot speak of such things.
If I can unlock these, I can do enough. I can unlock the Malmouth resistance, but I don't think there's any real... I don't know if it's worth unlocking the Malmouth resistance
So,
ahead of time.
go to the center of the camp.
Because I think you can only really level the Malmouth resistance in Malmouth. Maybe getting there so that I can go back to do
The
stuff
emissary warned.
and not have to do it all on ultimate might be a good idea if I skip elite. Oh yeah, I have to spam these because they don't... They don't exist. I don't know what Siphon Soul does. I don't think I need it.
The emissary was right, as usual. By the blood, our battle against...
Whatever, bye. Emissary again, then I need to unlock these people and then I don't have to do this.
I could hear the back.
My easy choice, I think it's, I can't remember if it's Soleil. It doesn't matter on this first run, because I'm not actually doing any of the quests.
You show promise, Soleil does...
I don't know if I have to talk to them individually or if that description is over the top.
The weeping spines do much purpose flows within you. Allow me to temper that. Drieg is the oldest of the witch gods. He sought to know all, to witness the truth in the fabric of our reality. He cast aside the
That doesn't matter right now.
I spoke of this moment.
So that should be all of those unlocked. They won't make progress probably, but they're here. I definitely want to unlock the witches. I think they benefit. Oh yeah. I think they are beneficial.
Looking for a new you?
Come see what's left of my wares.
Did I want to use this? Or did I get rid of it? I don't know. I was using that for physical resist. Oh, this was another weird one. I think I decided that the Call Forth Herald and and not converting physical to ether was better. Actually having physical was better. Because of Mogdragon's Pact. This actually has pet bonuses, but not really useful ones. But the benefits include Undead Legion. 3-2, 93 health, more offense. Okay, this one's better. I kept that for a bit, I don't really need it. Wait, what is Feral Hunger? Oh, it's the shaman. This is not bad. I was keeping that for defense probably, but I don't really need it. Okay, I actually picked the correct one.
See you around.
Despite not realizing that I actually had 2 of those.
Come, friend. Right to business. That nobody's...
Wonder if it'd be worth doing some respecking. Remove some points from skeletons, put it into this. That's probably a bad idea. These do, I'm gonna say 190 damage. This does 500, but there's only one of them instead of 8. Keep forgetting to talk to this guy, don't I? Except I did because I'm not paying attention. I don't know if I've ever crossed the bridge. Whether there's some way to do that. Yeah, like, the ore is a weird element. Wait, do I have rovers yet? Okay, I do. I need to make sure that I have the rovers, because otherwise... even less efficiency. I don't actually remember precisely where I have to go. I know it's not here. I know that this is a side secret, but that's the outlet. So I think I do have to go into the dungeony place in the center, and I need that shrine actually. Gotten far too used to ignoring shrines. Because, oh, I don't need shrines. I already have all of the points I need. Don't think it's even worth talking to him. It'll just add extra confusion for me. But that's one of those things where you do want to actually do it. It's more experience as you go. Which is helpful, because I think it's sort of... it's a general mix between HP, like, the more levels you have, I think generally it gets easier as you gain levels, as opposed to like just monsters scaling. I need to kill that guy. Kind of a nightmare potential. Like if you don't have enough damage, you probably would just get stuck when two skeleton priests are healing each other in an eternal loop, rendering them unkillable. Not helpful. Not helpful. Maybe? Not. Oh, HP. But probably not worth it. Sunjacks, nope. Is there a way to check
I can't do that yet.
their defense ability? That would be pretty helpful. I need to actually be summoning these, which is kind of annoying. I don't like having to just summon them repeatedly. I much prefer just strong units that don't die. And then, in theory, having to manage that by healing them in some manner. I find that to be a more interesting approach. It's not this approach, but the cultist doesn't help. That's pretty good. Health is good, bleed resist is good. I lose chaos. I lose some defense ability. The all damage and spirit losses are kind of nothing. And the actual bonuses to pets are probably better. Do I have any of these? Yes, I do. 18 more health regen. Launching Impact. That's a +7. A lot of health regen. What I really need is this. For the percent health regen bonus and the percent health. So that I become tanky. And hard to kill. Since I am hard to kill, I'm less likely to die. It is what it is. I think one issue with this type of build is that it is it's relatively slow for now. Because while the creatures, the pet you control will teleport to you, you can't really like attack and kill these quickly. You have to get there, and then it takes a little while before they actually do their job. Unless you summon right on top of them, which is pretty effective. What I'm trying to figure out is how this applies. Because Mob Dragon's Pact has a radius, which suggests to me that the HP regen and stuff should apply, but then there's a bonus to all pets, which suggests that only that part should apply to pets. I think a test, see if they have HP regen when they're far away. They're close by. They do have a lot of HP regen, but that might be normal. And they teleport when they get too far away. It's kind of funny looking. I don't know, I assume they only get the pet bonus. It's just the fact that it's an AoE makes it feel kind of weird. I guess it's so that you can use it with other people. Because this can be played multiplayer. So it is actually beneficial for that. I wonder how beneficial. I wonder how much it actually benefits. It's a lot of HP regen and energy regen. I guess the base physical is pretty good too. Just free physical damage. And as long as they have a lot of multipliers, it'd be very strong. In a supportive sense. I assume it's all pets, so presumably maybe it applies to your allies' pets too. Something that I will never know. It's kind of curious to me. Keep moving. I have no real reason to dawdle. I should actually get close enough. No, this place over here. Sanctification. Wildfire, neither are useful. Okay, if I remember correctly, I don't... Well, I mean, I need to go down for the hidden path, but if I just do the hidden path on ultimate, I should be fine. Might be a bad idea long term. Oh no, I think I might have to go down left, not up. I do actually have to look for shrines too, though. I'm not going through that right now. This goal is explicitly to rush. Even if, you know, hardcore is play it safe. It's at least a little more interesting to try it. A bit of a rushed style. I feel like these crossbows are actually a little loud. Just because they're so repetitive, makes it feel louder. That gets me. I feel like there should be a path there.
I can't do that yet.
I pressed right click. Maybe I hit 1. Okay. The timing was just weird. Okay, yes, that guy is alive. Affected by Mogdragon's Pact. I feel like it's probably... Maybe short term the multi-summon's better, but I think once I actually level this up, it'll have more HP. And with more HP, it hopefully will fulfill its purpose of being a frontliney sort of a body in the front. Applying a consistent fumble and poison AoE. It feels like a fun build too. Build focused on summoning those, just for poison based damage. Poison acid. It's interesting. That's the one that I need to kill for the quest. Then I'm probably not turning the quest, but that is beside the point.
That skill's not ready.
Yeah, it's a very safe fight. Yep. I think to get... I thought it was up this way. I'm not actually sure though. Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. It's not up this way. It's to the left. Free. See, it has the constantly applying debuffs, as long as it's within the AoE of... What are these called? Blade Fiends. I definitely need Ground Slam. the early game struggle of not having quite enough. Okay, so this is one that can't trigger off of pet attacks, which I could have checked beforehand. I think it's still worth having. I just need to pick up a skill that can actually trigger it. Neither of those might be Devouring Swarm. I don't think I want that. The Devouring Swarm's easy. Drain Essence seems like it locks you in place. It might be it could be Ravenous Earth, but I think Devouring Swarm is actually physical. No, it's just Bleed and Vitality, not physical. This is a AoE, probably the better choice. It'll more effectively trigger a 25% chance if it hits repeatedly. And that buff should stay up at all times, hopefully. This is Elsa.
Watch your back. Trust no one.
Whatever. You don't really get anything extra out of talking more when you already know what the story is. What are they? The pathfinding. It is certainly something. Kind of, at least the pathfinding's fair. It's consistently bad for enemies and allies. Enemies will consistently shoot into walls for no reason. I'll have to get a new choice of button to press. I guess I switch skeletons over, and I'll set the Ravenous Earth to 1. Wait, is it? It's always kind of a meaningless, but like necessary, like, oh, how to decide which buttons to push. It's always kind of developing a muscle memory. Kind of interesting, the aggro. I guess I assumed that no, none of those are Blight Fiends. I wonder if there's no focused bias versus the controlled character. I think it would make sense to not have it, and it would make sense to have it. Goes both ways. Should be good. Quick level. Really shouldn't take long. Actually, one of those weird things where ideally it would be nice to have more minute control over the summoned creatures so that they don't do this. But then the fact that you can't do that means, you know, you can just take it easier. Which is kind of nice. So I need 1 point there. The Ravenous Earth behaves basically as I was expecting from the name. Which should be a good way to trigger that. Triggering that will give all damage, crit damage, and retaliation. I will get offense ability, which is kind of not that helpful. Yeah, there's the Shepherd's Call. Does it have a cooldown? Or was that the cooldown that I was seeing? 5-second recharge, forcing duration. Okay, yeah. Not quite 100% uptime, but pretty solid. And it might improve with levels, I don't know. I have not played this enough. Yes, that. So now everything hits harder. I kind of think I should see how it compares. Sort of get a general idea with the target dummy. See how it behaves. It's like I can place this right under a boss. It will just explode them. Like, repeatedly hit them. And they will die. Which is pretty simple. That's a lot of health regen to Mogdragon's Pact. It doesn't help with my build. It's a two-handed mace, so it's even less useful. That actually, if I equip that, which I can't, 58% increased health regen. I don't think I have any percent bonus yet. That would be a lot of health regen. That would be pretty impressive healing. It might almost be enough to not hate exploring the desert area. I don't hate that. The music is fun. Death is only the beginning. Death is only the beginning, as we know. So, if I'm trying to... I have to get all the way to Homestead, and then I have to finish Homestead quickly. I probably might need to do the Rover quest. I'm not actually sure. It seems to be categorized as an important quest, so... I simply can't remember if it's actually important or not.
Well, if it isn't... I haven't been entirely... Look, my job was to scout the... Can't say I like it any more than they do. I came upon these...
Okay, easy. Like, I mean, I might as well. If I find them on the way, it's free experience. I don't actually know where they are specifically. And considering my last run through, when I was on Ultimate, I just didn't find them, so they're probably a little out of the way. Not in the convenient location. I think I'm gonna get to Homestead today. That's probably going to be it for today, mostly because I have simply not slept well. And while it probably will not help, it's probably better to try. I should see how the constellation I chose actually scales. Okay, there's a bus. Wait, the bus. Please.
I can't do that yet.
Please fight the boss. Please just fight the boss. It can't really kill me, so...
I can't do that yet.
Very silly. I wonder what the strongest early game builds are. Maybe not fastest kill times, but like least likely to die. Because I wonder if this, if like all pet builds are kind of the easiest to just not die until you get jumped by something that teleports on you and you die instantly. That's where the risk is. More briar thorn. The resistances are not bad. That's probably good to have for a different build. Savagery, Feral Hunger seems fun for a different type of build. Movement speed is nice. The elemental resist is not as nice. I think the Summon Briarthorn might be better. Which one is Master of Death? Is it one of these? It's this one. That's probably pretty good if I got it. Will I get it? I'm not sure. Because it's between that and Primal Bond, I think. I mean, maybe Conjure Primal Spirit. 20 seconds alive, 45-second recharge. I don't know how it scales. Actually, this one's not an exclusive skill, so you can actually have both. I assume that this is exclusive, this is exclusive. You couldn't get both, but you can get this one. So this... Oh, I could do both the Reap Spirit and that if I wanted to. I don't think I want to. I think that's a bad idea. Because this is Vitality Ether, this is physical bleeding, and a lot of pet stuff is all damage, but for resistance reduction purposes, it is... Ooh. It's probably a bad idea to have too much diversity for no reason. I think this is better. Except for the fact that I'd have to reapply the mark, and I'd rather not, even if I have 4. I don't really need to improve it. I should think left, it might be the way out. I say that, it actually looks like it's probably not the way out. Current challenge is my skeletons die real quickly, which makes me feel that maybe no, the skeletons still serve a role as, like, body blocking for projectiles. I feel like it might be better almost to get rid of them, or only put 1 point in them. Until I have something that makes them actually, like, not feel kind of bad. Because all this AoE just kills them all really quickly, and I could try to pull them out of every fight preemptively, but then they don't do anything, and I can't... Well, I'd have to pull everything out, and that would be kind of tedious. So it feels like it's not worth the effort. It would be better to have basically all of their points put into the bigger summons that don't die constantly.
That skill's not ready.
And when they do, they last long enough to stay at... That's kind of the thing. Staying at full capacity... Because, oh, if it's at 1 HP, I'm pretty sure it still does just as much offensive damage. Whereas, if I lose 9 out of 10 skeletons, I lose 9 out of 10 damage. I lose 90% of the damage. So it kind of becomes inferior as a offensive summon because they die so quick. They're good in scenarios where they don't get hit, but those scenarios could be handled just fine anyway. Kind of feeling like instead of Necro, going... The one that Necromancer combines with Kabbalist. Or Kabbalist. That one might be more interesting. A lot of individual monsters that are stronger as opposed to a ton of
turmoil within you.
instead of a ton of weak skeletons.
Stay strong.
I'd rather level this up. $12,900. Yeah.
I sense turmoil within you. Stay strong.
I don't actually know the... Oh yeah, it's out of 16. So that's capped. It is just better to have a strong Briarthorn. The retaliation scales, the bleed, the physical scales. And just having a bunch of weaker, but still able to block projectiles. And no, I'm going to keep the manual summons for now. Because the manual summons are perfectly effective. And once I have more points into... Once I have more points into Light Fiend, I will replace that. Attack. Yeah, it's pretty... So far it doesn't seem any weaker. Overall. So far stuff, basic enemies, it's not a real test. Seem to die just as fast. And the Briarthorn itself lives a little longer. Did it get HP regen? It just has more health. Energy regen, but... It seems to be living longer. because it's staying at full HP, which could be a bad example, bad test. Is it healing itself? Does it have a spell cast that uses energy to heal itself? And the increased regen lets it heal itself more often? Or does it have lifesteal? I don't know. Two of them would be pretty good. Especially with emboldening presence for additional physical resist. Don't let myself die, that'd be pretty silly. Yeah, emboldening presence would be nice to get. And reduce my... I could lose some points there. And focus Shaman, because that just feels better to use. I don't really need to kill all these guys, it's kind of a waste of time. It's a bad habit. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually any better. But the Briarthorn living longer is nice. I think getting enough points for both of those would be really good. Bunch resist, unless that doesn't apply to pets. I really hope that aura applies to pets as it's written, because otherwise it's kind of, ooh. It's more of a supportive thing that doesn't benefit itself, if it doesn't benefit pets. I should check. But it's just a randomized number, right? Yeah, 3 to 5. It's not 5, 4, 3 or 3, 4, 5 or 3, 5, 4. It's just whatever it chooses. Already 8% chance on attack. So it does trigger a lot. Yeah, I'm at Homestead pretty much. Yeah, the fact that the Briarthorn's not dying is probably better. Because it actually does its job. And it heals itself a ton, which it might do normally. Or it could be some other factor that I'm unaware of. I do not know enough. Interesting. That's a lot of bonuses to Mogdragon's Pact. That is a shield, actually. I should consider that. Because shields are very helpful. That is very short today, but I think I'm kind of better off keeping it short. I'm better off keeping it shorter for today. Actually, here's a good test. Can I move this? No, I can't. Can I... So I stand here. Click that. It does indeed apply. The HP and the health regen should both be applying to allies, which is what I assumed it should do, but I was uncertain. That's good. That makes that even better. I think I'll stop very early for today. I'm actually just tired. Hopefully if I actually stop now, it will be better. But I'm gonna pull out a lot of points from Necromancer, move it to Shaman.
I sense turmoil within you.
Because, I mean, those points were wasted. Can't pull it further back because of that, which is fine. I'm gonna want points there eventually, but... Do I want to remove Undead Legion? Maybe. More to 25. I need to get to 40, which is not happening. 12, 22, 38. If I go to 20 and get points in Ground Slam, it's probably better. I'll try it. I'll ditch the skeletons. Oops, wrong.
Safe journey.
Focus on those. I think that's probably a better idea. And if I focus on this, it's probably better to pull out the 1 point, making the... Blight Fiend a delayed summon, just keep it out. I know it's actually probably better to... Then I have this to easily maintain the rotting fumes. I think that's better. Yep, more HP regen. So much HP regen. So much HP compared to my previous playthrough. I think I just aim... Because this should apply to itself based on everything. That should give me physical resistance too. So this does a lot of damage. Damage. Taunts. Stuns. Both of those together will make them really strong. What does this do? Defense ability, armor, resist, retail. Yeah, like max this, max that. Do I want Blight Burst? Additional threat, confusion? Probably not. Probably just max Rotting Fumes for the Fumble and Impaired Aim. Max those two, max this out. I'm going to be casting this, so maybe I should look at what its improvements are. Reduces their damage, it's not bad. The reduction to enemy health might be good, but the reduced target's resistances is probably worth it. It's like 1 point. Max this out. That's only if they die, so it's not going to be the best against bosses. But against non-bosses it'll be good. There's some buffs like this that I should consider. But, very short. I got to Homestead though. I only have a ton left to go to the end of the game. Homestead will take a little while. This section, basically Homestead, everything here will take a little bit. I can probably get to Darkvale. Darkvale to the Plains of Strife, Plains of Strife to the end of the game. About 3 more. Shouldn't be too bad. So I'm stopping very early. Have a nice day.